More breaking news. Jets are signing former Bengals pass rusher Joseph Ossai, according to Jordan Schultz.
Okay.
Ossai had 14 and a half sacks in 4 years with Cincinnati. This adds more depth to the Jets defensive line, the defensive end position, just because they traded Jermaine Johnson to the Titans. They obviously have Will McDonald and no one else really. So this just adds more depth to that edge spot for them. They needed to get some more depth here. I think we have Frankie Vittorini here who's going to help join us here and talk about all these breaking moves and with the Jets signing. Frankie, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the live show here with Brandon and myself. What do you think about the Joseph Ossai signing for the Jets?
Guys, it's been crazy, man. It's been crazy. We're basically, an hour into this thing, even less than an hour. It's not even 1 p.m. yet, and you got signings out the wazoo, left and right. Money's being spent. Teams are getting better. And I like that the Dolphins got Malik Willis. This helps out the pro tankers, doesn't it, Ryan? So
I mean, I don't know what the Dolphins are doing, to be honest. They taken $99 million in dead money for the Dolphins to release Tua as a post June 1st cut, and then they trade Minkah Fitzpatrick to get rid of more salary, but they bring in Malik Willis, a big time deal. Frankie, the deal for Joseph Ossai, 3 years, $36 million. $22.5 million guaranteed. He's getting some good money here from Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, listen, guys, if you look at the edge market, right, it is outside of quarterback. After quarterback, it's the most expensive market. Look at what Jalen Phillips just got paid. Jalen Phillips just got paid
$120 million.
Yeah, $30 million a year. Yeah, for a guy that's been injured for more than half of his time in the NFL. $80 million guaranteed also, guys. 80, that's a lot of money. So listen, Joseph Ossai is a flexibility piece. I think what the Jets wanted to do a lot more odd fronts going into next year and running a 3-4. He can play that 5 tech. Brandon, we spoke about it how many times about what the Jets might need with that 5 tech role, stopping the run. We spoke about on our mock draft shows. That's the kind of guy you bring in, and he gives you positional flexibility. I like that Muji is looking at the right positions and where to allocate the proper resources at the right spot. So instead of going into the draft and having a, sign a defensive tackle or draft a defensive tackle or a safety, they address that in the offseason. They sign a depth piece at edge. So maybe you don't have to spend a pick later on, and they could focus on offense, which is what I think the focus should be come draft day.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
And I still think they go edge rusher at number 2, but this is just that depth piece because from the Giants side of things, Abdul Carter, he's going to be really good, and he showed flashes of that. But did he have a number 2 overall type season last year? So now you could bring in a guy in the Joseph Ossai, who it's like, as long as he doesn't come in and he's like, well, I got my bag, I'm done. If he still looks at himself where I could possibly get another payday out of this, I'm going to come in and wreak some havoc for Aaron Glenn and this defense. And then if they do go with that second, with the second pick, they do go edge rusher. Now Ossai is putting pressure on Will McDonald to where it's like, you got to match my energy and production now, because if not, the young boy is going to stay. Now they just paid me. Now you got to now it's on you, Will McDonald. What are you going to do? Because you traded away Jermaine Johnson. You're a Joe Douglas guy. Will McDonald, what are you going to do here? And if you don't feel as though like, oh, well, they traded away my boy, they just brought in another guy, and now they're potentially going to draft a guy as well. Well, then there goes the door then. Yeah, there goes the door. We're covered. We've covered the bases.
Ossai last year had 5 sacks with the Bengals, 2 forced fumbles. Again, the Jets had a lot of trouble being able to create any turnovers. Yeah. He's 25 years old, Brandon.
There you go.
Like, he's a young kid, 6'4", 263. He was rated as a 25th best run defender as an edge. Yep. So you see where the Jets are going. Minkah liked to play up in the box slot last year. Great against the run. Ossai's good against the run. They're trying to build this defense to be somewhat better, Frankie, as well, against the run. And this provides a lot of depth. And like you guys are both saying, it eliminates those need, like, we have to take this guy no matter what at 2 or 16 because we didn't address it in free agency. I really like what Darren Muji and the Jets are doing.
Yeah. And Frankie, it looks like, and we were talking about this with Kaz earlier, how grim the potential quarterback situation can look like for the Jets. And it looks like they're addressing that defense to kind of, they see the same situation.
More breaking news for the Jets.
Go ahead.
Jets, according to Jeremy Fowler, are signing pass rusher Kingsley Enagbare. How do you say that name? Enagbare. Headed to the Jets for a 1-year, $10 million deal. According to Jeremy Fowler, they're getting more
another
edge.
One.
Frankie, more edge depth, buddy.
Yep. That's what it's about. The last thing with Ossai I'm going to say is he used to be a former inside linebacker. So actually coming out of the draft, he was projected to go in the second round, actually fell to round 3. He's a perfect fit for that 3-4 outside linebacker role, or he's got the long enough arms in the range where he could play maybe that 5 tech. But yeah, this Kingsley guy coming from Green Bay, listen, it's just another depth piece. It's another depth piece. He can play. He can play that edge role. Yeah.
He's 26 years old, Frankie. I mean, again, they're picking younger guys who are hitting free agency for the first time, and they're saying, hey, we're giving you a chance to get more playing time here, right? Like, because we don't have any starters really here at all. Yeah. So compete, be a part of this team, and be in that rotation. This reminds me a lot. I know this sounds crazy, guys. This reminds me a lot of what the Lions did when they were trying to build that defense out there in Glenn. Am I crazy, Frankie, in the way they're approaching this?
No, it's very similar, very similar. He's another guy, Kingsley. He's good against the run. I know last year he was top 20 in the NFL in terms of solo tackles at the position. They're trying to get guys to stop the run. You know, they had so many issues stopping the run last year, guys. It's just they want quality guys that can tackle, that can make plays. I mean, that's kind of what they're looking at. I think you'll get the splash kind of edge at 2, obviously, whoever it is, Bailey or Reese, and then they can get a little bit more cute. But these are like fill-in kind of guys, which, I mean, you can't blame Muji for to a degree. These are guys that you got to line up with guys like this, right? Just to be competitive in the league.
Yeah, you got to look at these guys as potential starters, though.
Yes.
You know, because if we're talking week 18, week 16, 17, guys are banged up. This signing that I just gave, what'd you say, 20 something guaranteed to Ossai?
22.5
22 guaranteed. Yeah. Week 17, we need to win, or week 18, we need to win this game to win the AFC East. Such and such, maybe the number 2 pick, he's hurt with whatever, because the rookie is not used to an 18-week season. You're now our starter. I need you to wreak havoc off the edge. But you know who's smiling right now, Frankie, with what the Jets have done so far is Jamie Sherwood should be smiling right now.
Yeah.
Oh, more breaking news for the Jets.
Oh, my goodness.
Veteran linebacker Demario Davis is signing with the Jets a 2-year, $22 million deal that includes $15 million guaranteed, according to Tom Pelissero. The Jets are now making 3 different signings here. They got Minka Fitzpatrick. For all the talk about the Jets not having a busy day here from Kaz and everyone, I don't think it'll be that many crazy. It's like signing after signing now. So now we got Kingsley.
You know why? Because Ryan, I came in. That's why. When I came in,
Demario Davis, 3rd run.
Demario Davis is awesome. I love Demario Davis. I've always loved Demario Davis. Demario Davis, he's 37. I know he's getting older, but he's in such peak physical shape. That guy ages like fine wine. He's going to be playing in this league like Bobby Wagner, still playing at a premier level in the NFL. Yeah. Those guys really can play as long as they want. And until they're 43, those guys can still figure things out. Demario Davis helps out Jamie Sherwood a bunch. I cannot state that enough.
What you're saying.
Yeah, Jamie Sherwood, like you're saying, he needs as much help as he can get. He has struggled to kind of come into his own. I never really believed in Jamie Sherwood as sort of that Mike inside linebacker. We were speaking about this, Brandon. Remember those Mike and Will roles are kind of not around as much anymore, but I still believe in the premise of them. You need that off kind of, not your strong linebacker. You need your guy that's more flexible and can do more. That's what Demario Davis has done his whole career. So, and he's going to help out Arvell Reese or David Bailey too. You need those voices in the room, man. We're the 2nd youngest team in the NFL. We need to get some adults in the room there. You got Minka Fitzpatrick. Now you got Demario Davis. That's how you coach up these youngins, man.
And while we're at it, the leadership, you know what? A lot of times, because I called Demario Davis earlier, Frankie, I called him Udonis Haslem, you know, that older player that's kind of like that player coach. But now I'm starting to see something here. You guys were talking about, okay, these guys were young last year, inexperienced, a little immature, you know, at times, maybe just in terms of football savvy.
The Jets defense?
The Jets defense.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
Then you trade for T'Vondre Sweat, who people have said in Tennessee that he needs to learn how to be a better pro. Who else is going to teach you to be a better pro than Minka Fitzpatrick and a Demario Davis, especially with Davis, to where you've worn the shield twice before.
Yeah.
You're not coming back for a third time for no reason. You're one of these guys that you may be in the front office one day. We're going to have a nice little corner office or a cubicle set up for you one day, because not only did you come back and you help turn this franchise around as a player, you can do it as some sort of executive, but the leadership role that you're seeing that. And it's not just you're bringing in some old guy that can't play. These guys,
Brandon,
you still got something left.
He was the 7th best against the run in terms of linebackers in all NFL, according to PFF grade. He's still the sixth rated highest graded linebacker in the NFL, according to PFF. So if you listen to PFF, you see this guy can still ball out.
Absolutely.
And like, guys, you want another set?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, most tackles he's had in his career, he had last year. He had 143 tackles. That's the most he's had in his NFL career.
Boy, and that Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he reminds me a lot like a Bobby Wagner. Like, you can just continue to throw him out there. He's a veteran leader, and he's going to help lead this defense, call the plays, move Sherwood over to the will. Don't put as much pressure on that guy. Let him ball out more. I really like what the Jets are doing right now.